Hey, it's James, Parents' Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. This is crazy, and you guys know that it's crazy. So you need to light a fire under your attorney if you still want to keep an attorney. I don't recommend getting an attorney. Guys do better without them. But when your attorney says, let's not ruffle any feathers, I just got done talking to somebody who said, um, like, the mother had violated his court ordered time and was violating phone calls and things like that. And the attorney's like, well, just make a note of it. We don't want to go in there and ruffle any feathers. What kind of stupid, idiotic strategy is that? There's a court order. See, this is when people make light of stuff. You know, oh, you're a second class parent. Your time with the children, it's crazy. Your time with the children doesn't matter. It's no big deal. You're just the dad. So just make a note of it and we'll deal with it later. First of all, if you have limited time with the kids and you're not even getting your limited time, then that's valuable, precious time. If they say, well, we won't deal with it or hold anybody accountable, let's wait and let's wait and let's wait. I got a female client. She's getting deprived of time over and over and over again because she's a non-custodial parent. And the attorney's like, she's like, let's do contempt. And the attorney's like, we will, we will, we will, we will. How much longer are you going to let somebody take something away from you that you can never get back? If you miss time with your kids, you will never get that time back. A contempt motion is there to coerce compliance. If somebody I give this example all the time, and I don't know what people are thinking or what or why they don't think about this. If somebody breaks into your home or somebody steals your car, then they break into your home and steal a TV. Then they break in your home and they steal some jewelry. Then they break in your home and assault you. If you call the cops and the cops say, well, just make a note of it and we'll deal with it. If they keep doing it and they get to a point where they murder you or one of your family members, then we'll do something about it. That's how stupid and dumb this strategy is. Well, let's not ruffle any feathers. Let's not hold the criminals accountable. Let's not hold the bad guys. I mean, see how stupid that sounds? The whole thing, it's insane. They blow you off because it's no big deal. Just like any other thing you could think about discriminating against somebody because of their gender or their race. Why don't you tell your attorney, give your attorney this example. If your attorney's a woman or a person of color, or, what if an attorney applies at 10 different law firms and you're a woman and a bunch of men and women apply and they keep only hiring men and you want to sue them or complain and the people who are responsible for you suing them or complaining or whatever, or you want to complain to the bar association, this law firm is discriminating in the hiring practice. Oh, just make a note of it. Just hold off. While you're sitting here, you can't get your career started. You can't keep moving up in your career because you know that you're more qualified than all these other candidates, but because you're a woman or because you're a person of color or because you're short or they only hire pretty people or whatever, they're not hiring you. Oh, just don't worry about it. Just wait a minute. I mean, who does that? Who says just wait and make a note of it month after month after month after month of being discriminated against, being harmed, being blown off? We're talking about them stealing something from you will never get back. You get your car stolen, you can get that back. You lose time with your kids, you'll never get that back. You can get makeup time. But here's the thing. You do a contempt motion, that's to coerce compliance and make them comply. They're found in contempt. Because the next time they get found in contempt, they might get sanctioned monetarily or punished or thrown in jail. When contempt is a coercive measure to coerce somebody to comply with an order, why are you not using it? Somebody's defying the court order. Like if your kid keeps eating dessert before dinner or your kid keeps going to skipping a class at school, do you keep letting it go and make a note of it? You see how stupid and dumbed down these people are? Moronic, stupid, jackass idiots, and they're supposed to be your attorney advocating for you. They sold their services saying, we have aggressive litigation tactics. We will zealously advocate for you. And then you get them on board and they say, oh, just don't ruffle any feathers. Don't hurt anybody's feelings. The whole job of an attorney is to hurt feelings. They make objections in court. Your Honor, I object to that. That's objectionable. They make oral argument. They end up being the prevailing party or the losing party. They confront witnesses. They impeach a witness to destroy their credibility. Everything about court is confrontational and ruffling feathers. And your stupid, dumb, lying, fake, phony, hypocritical, punk-ass bitch attorney is sitting there saying, let's not ruffle any feathers. That's the nature of their job, is to ruffle feathers. When you see an attorney go out and say, or somebody's been falsely accused, or an attorney for a family who, they have some member of their family that got brutalized by the cops, or they worked at a factory and the factory's had 5 deaths, and lawyers come out and speak for the family. They ruffle feathers by talking about, we're not going to stand for this. And most attorneys supposedly went to law school to be part of some cause or to fight for justice. Some women go to law school because they want to help domestic violence victims, or somebody goes to law school because they want to be a prosecutor and they want to clean up their neighborhoods, which is crime-riddled. They want to go and fight for some cause. There's another word right there. Fight. Fight for some cause. Fight for your rights. Fight for justice. Everything about an attorney's nature is supposed to be confrontational. And your punk-ass, thin-skinned, little sissy little attorney who's making $400 an hour says, oh, let's not ruffle any feathers. Or let's just make a note of it. They're just wandering around and letting the process take care of itself. They're aimlessly wandering around in your case. You don't know the strategy. I just talked to a guy today. He doesn't even know what the attorney is even shooting for in his own case, whether they're going for full custody or 50-50 or whatever in the end. How do you not know? How do you aimlessly wander around a courthouse or in a court case and not do anything and say, oh, just make a note of it? Oh, they're just blowing you. Do you understand what the hell's going on? They're collecting money from you for doing nothing. Why aren't you pissed about that? And people think I'm nuts for saying that people should represent themselves. I went to court and I did it. And I got winning court orders in my FLOWPAGE. I have stupid dumbasses who come across my page like, you're just a hustler and a con and this and that. I went to court without an attorney and I won. And most of my critics, I've had critics come on here and say, you're just a hustler and a con. I spent $100,000 on an attorney and you expect me to pay you for a consultation and you're ripping people off and taking advantage of it? You stupid jackass, you just told on yourself. You spent $100,000 on an attorney who promised you the world, or you're too stupid to ask him, how much experience do you got with this? If you're having heart surgery, you would ask the heart surgeon, how many times have you done this surgery? But your dumbass doesn't care enough about your kids to ask your attorney, how many times have you fought for a dad, or got 50-50, or fought off a guardian item, or got a mother, to get a mental health evaluation. You don't even ask that. You just bow down and worship your attorney and obey your attorney like they're the boss of you, and you're the one paying them. And they're aimlessly wandering around your court case. They walk into court and you don't even know what the strategy is, and they're like, yeah, thank you, Your Honor, for screwing my client. Thank you for your time. They don't go in there and raise their voice and say, this is a travesty of justice. These children are being deprived of a parent. The other parent is a child abuser trying to destroy the parent-child relationship and the needs of the child. And the other parent isn't even, there's a great argument. When you become a parent, your number one quality of being a parent is that you have to be unselfish. And there's parents that want to move back home because they're homesick. So they divorce and they want to move back with their mommy, the maternal grandmother. Or I got a case in California. Well, I probably shouldn't talk about the details of the case. There's another case. There's just cases like this all the time. There's a case in one part of the country on one coast where a mother, the ex-husband, he wants custody of his kid, and the mother is moving on the other side of the country. She's moving from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and she's moving because her new lesbian lover, has a better job. So she's so selfish and sick in the head that she thinks that a better job and a better home that they're going to get together is going to be better for the child than the relationship. Like, who in their right mind thinks that? But this guy's attorney is such a dumbass, he won't seize the opportunity and say, look at how materialistic this mother is. She thinks that the 4 walls of a house and a bigger yard are more important than the relationship. Since when in life have we ever said materialism and material things are more important than relationships, especially with parents and children? The attorney should be pouncing on that, and the attorney's not even attempting to do it. And you guys trust these attorneys? And you guys don't think to even tell your attorney this stuff? This is basic common sense. And then you pay your attorney $300-400 an hour to aimlessly wander around your case. Oh, you're being violated. Your time is being withheld. The time you'll never get back with your kid. You're being tormented, and it hurts you to the core that you can't see your kid. And the bond between the parent and the child and the kid are being disrupted. Oh, let's do something about it. Make a note of it. What the hell are you doing being an attorney, and there's a court of law and there's a court order ordering the other parent to hand over the kid, and you don't care about the order? Like, let's not do contempt, even though that is the remedy when somebody violates a court order, to hold them accountable. Let's not do that. Somebody breaks and steals your car, breaks in your house, all this stuff, and the cops say, oh, just make a note of it. Or better yet, don't even call the cops. You don't want to ruffle any feathers. What the hell is wrong with these freaking attorneys? And why are you paying an attorney to give you some stupid ass information and advice like that? Are you kidding me? Why do you still have an attorney who says some crap like that to you? You either light a fire under them or you fire them. Light a fire or fire. I can't believe how much bullcrap you guys tolerate. When attorneys told me you'll get every other weekend, I hung up on their face before I even gave them the time of day after that. And then I went and got 5 days a week by myself. And then I got the mother found in contempt on my first try. Destroyed her attorney and the guardian ad litem in court. Made her storm out crying. Then I got full custody when my daughter was 7 months old. And you guys still don't listen to me. It's insane. But you'll listen to an attorney who you're spending $400 an hour on, who's not doing anything for you and promised you the world. They sold you a lemon. They're a hustler. They're a charlatan. And they're saying, all that time you're missing, all that pain you're suffering. And meanwhile, let's say you got every other weekend and you're trying to go for 50-50 your custody. The mother won't let you have the kids on your weekend time and won't let you have consistency. And then when you go to trial, your judge is going to say, well, you haven't had much more time than every other weekend, so we're going to keep it the same. Even though the mother violated it 5, 6, 7 times. And your attorney said, well, let's wait until trial. And then they don't bring it up at trial. You got to care more about your kids than you do about hurting your attorney's feelings. You shouldn't care about your attorney's feelings. They should have thick skin where nothing bothers them at $300-400 an hour. I wish I was making $300-400 an hour. I'd let clients cuss me out all day long. I mean, with the little money I make with clients and consultations, I let clients talk to me any way that they want. As long as we're being honest and being straightforward, I don't let people call me up. I had a guy call me up the other day, and then he started yelling at me because he's saying, you're cutting me off. You're cutting me short. Well, I'm talking to you for free, dude. I'm trying to figure out whether you need a consultation. And I'm not listening to your entire frivolous waste of time stuff where you want to talk about your favorite ice cream when you were dating the mother 15 years ago. I want to get to the point. What's your order? Why did you do this? What's your strategy on that? And the guy's getting all frazzled. He's like, I can't take it. Stop it. Stop it. You're interrupting me. I need to tell you this. And he starts yelling at me. I said, dude, I'm talking to you for free right now. He goes, well, you're cutting me off. And I said, I need to get to the point because I'm talking to you for free. I usually charge for this time. I'm trying to figure out if you need a consultation. And then he's yelling, so I hung up. I'm not wasting my time on energy vampires who want a free consultation with me and want to tell me a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need to hear. But if you want to pay for a consultation and you adamantly want to tell me all this stuff that doesn't matter, then you can go ahead and do it. I had a guy who chewed me out. I asked him all I did was ask him a simple question. He had the kid and the mother said, give the kid back. I said, well, why'd you give the kid back? And he got his panties in a bunch because his real answer was that he was being a pussy. And so he didn't want to say why. And so he got mad at me and he started yelling at me. He said, why are you being so hostile? And all I did was just ask him a question, why you did that. And I wasn't even trying to provoke that answer. I was literally wondering, why did you give the kid back? What was your point of giving the kid back when you could have kept the kid? And he just felt like he didn't have an answer except he was being a pussy. And so he was mad at me because he had to face himself because I asked him a simple question. And so I let him talk to me like that, even though he's paying on his time. So I have thick skin, I can handle it. But anyway, these punk ass attorneys are telling you, make a note of it. Wait, if you hire a plumber, are they just going to aimlessly wander around in your house? Or are you going to say, hey, look, the sink, the kitchen sink faucet is spraying everywhere. And they're going to go precisely to that spot and they're going to fix it or change some parts out or give you a whole new faucet. They're not going to aimlessly wander around and not know what the hell they're doing. But your attorney is for 5 to 10 times as much as a plumber costs. Wake the hell up and light a fire on your attorney or fire them. Make them do their job. Contempt is the course of compliance. You call the cops when somebody steals something so they go to jail so they won't do it again. Call the cops on in your family court case by doing a contempt motion and make them follow the order. What's the point of an order if they're not going to follow it? Wake the hell up.